Hello, my name is Becca, welcome back to my channel, and today I am filming my very first unhaul for you. The reason I'm doing an unhaul is because I've kind of had to go on a book buying ban because I've run out of space on my two main shelves, which you can see behind me. I do still have space on this third one here, but that's just at the minute got sort of ornaments and hardbacks on it, and I don't want to start filling that when I've still got stuff on these two that I don't really want. So I think I've got around 18 books to unhaul for you here. Mainly these are just books that I bought when I first started collecting books and not just borrowing them from the library. I did start my collection with mainly film books, so books that had movies or TV shows based on them. I have already cleared out a lot of them, but I kept some key ones. There are still a couple of my shelves that I couldn't bear to part with that I haven't read yet, but these are all the ones that I read and I didn't like, or I just have no interest in whatsoever. So without further ado, let's just get into the unhaul. So first of all, I have a few sets of books I'm getting rid of, and the first set is my Nicholas Sparks books. I have 4 Nicholas Sparks books left. When I first started collecting books, I had a lot of his books because they just kept making movies based on his books. I did clear most of them out and only kept the ones that films have been based on, but I have read all of these and I didn't like any of them, so I don't know why they're still on my shelves. So the first one is Dear John, which has one of the worst endings to a book that I've ever read. The movie has a terrible ending and the book ending is even worse. This was the one I think that had Channing Tatum and Amanda Seyfried in it, and it was just average. Then we have The Last Song, which was the one with Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. This one I think was probably my favourite Nicholas Sparks book I've read, but still I didn't like it at all. Next we have A Walk to Remember, which was the one with Mandy Moore in, where I think she's ill. This one was okay, it was quite short, but not a fan. And the last one is The Notebook, which you all know what The Notebook is. I thought this would be amazing, but no, I just don't think I like Nicholas Sparks' writing. The next set of books that I don't want anymore are my Cecilia Ahern books. I have read more of her books and gotten rid of them. I don't know why I keep pushing myself to read them because I haven't found one that I like yet. I did also have P.S. I Love You amongst other books of hers, but I've gradually just gotten rid of them as I've read them. I think I have read at least one of these, maybe. No. I haven't read any of these ones, and I do actually really like the covers on them, but I just can't put myself through the torture of reading another one of her books. So the first one I have by her is The Time of My Life. This is probably the prettiest one, and that's probably why I bought it, and I think it's one of her most recent ones, but I haven't even read the blurbs as I've been getting rid of these books because I don't want to feel like I'm missing something. The thing I tend to find with Cecilia Ahern is she has really good concepts. Like I read a book of hers that was about the place where missing things go. So like when you lose socks in the washing machine, they go to an actual place and there's also missing people there and things like that. And the concept was just amazing, but the book itself was actually just really boring. The next one is The Book of Tomorrow. Nothing to say about this, don't know what it's about. And again, nothing to say, and this one is If You Could See Me Now. The next set of books that I'm getting rid of are all by Joanne Harris. I am actually keeping one of her books, and that is Chocolat, which was the film with Johnny Depp in it. I actually really like that book. It wasn't like a favourite or anything, but I did think it was good. I did want to read more of her books because a couple of these I think are companion novels to Chocolat, but then I just lost interest and I don't want to read them anymore. So the companion novels I think are the 5 Quarters of the Orange and Blackberry Wine. They don't include the characters or anything from Chocolat, they're unrelated. I think it's just they're about food or something. I don't know, I have no interest in reading them. And then I also have Holy Fools by Joanne Harris. Again, I don't know anything about this. I'm not even sure if I bought it or whether my mum bought it because she knew that I had some books by Joanne Harris, but I don't want to read it. I just had to go and do something, so if like the frame and the angle and stuff looks different, then I'm really sorry. The next set of books that I don't want anymore are the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. I only actually have 3 of them, although I have read them all. So there's the Maze Runner, The Kill Order and The Death Cure. The one that I'm missing is The Scorch Trials. Essentially, I read them and they were just really disappointing. Not at all what I expected. The first one was okay. The second one, The Scorch Trials, is the one that I enjoyed the most, but then the others just wasn't interested at all and I really didn't like them. Now I have just some miscellaneous books that aren't part of a series or anything or like linked together in any way. First one is The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I got this because of the film with Rachel McAdams in. The concept of it is great, but the execution I don't remember thinking was all that great. Next we have Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz, which is a Descendants novel. I don't know, I think it's too young for me now and I'm not really that interested, and I know it's part of a series and I've never seen any of the other ones secondhand. Don't really want to read it, so it's time to let it go. The Versions of Us by Laura Barnett. I read this in July and I hauled it just before. I thought it was going to be really good. It says it's One Day meets Sliding Doors. One Day is one of my favourite books, and Sliding Doors I sort of like the thought of like alternate dimensions and the butterfly effect. But essentially it wasn't as cute and romantic as I wanted. Again, the concept was great. I didn't like the execution. It's a good book if you like your adult sort of chick lit and contemporaries, but it just wasn't for me. And the last book that I'm unhauling is The Dead by Charlie Higson. This is one of the books in the Enemy series. I do have the Enemy and I'm keeping that book even though I started it and DNF'd it around page 50 because I just really hated it, because I bought it in New York when I went in 2014 and it's a US edition and it's really pretty and it's sort of like a keepsake, so I'm going to keep that even though I hate it. But I did pick this up second hand before I started the series because obviously I was going to carry on reading it, but now I have no intentions of reading the series at all, so it's time for it to go. So that was everything for my first ever unhaul. If you actually like any of these books then please let me know below. I'm not going to keep them regardless because I really don't want to. Like, there's still books on my shelves that I could have got rid of if I pushed myself, but I just wasn't quite ready to part with them because I hate getting rid of books. So these are the ones that I'm like 100% not even going to miss them. I was a little iffy about the Maze Runner because I like to keep books that are sort of like hyped books even if I don't like them, but I'm being brave and I'm letting go so I can buy more books that I do like. If you like this video then please give it a like and subscribe below. That's everything from me today. Thank you for watching as always. Bye!